LALIGA, of course, kicks off next month, and it may surprise you to learn that Real Madrid are favourites.
Oh, Florentino Perez, he's been on the...
Barcelona, Atletico Madrid coming in at 8-1. We welcome in former Atleti midfielder Mario Suarez is with us. Mario, first off, thank you very much for putting your clothes on. If you follow Mario on Insta, there's a lot of topless pictures of him, so we appreciate that. Real Madrid favourites, does that surprise you?
Well, Dan, you know, I'm waiting for you in Mallorca for the opening day, so I have to be like that.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I don't want to show you up.
I don't know who is the people who do this kind of odds, because for me it's no sense. For me, favorite is Barcelona, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Well, I unlike Mario, I don't post topless pictures. For very good reasons these days. Not that I ever did.
I think it'd be wonderful. I think that's exactly what people.
Again, we often question. I mean, you know more about it than me. It's where the money's going, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So
it's not, you wouldn't exactly call that smart money going to the bookies or the bookmakers, because clearly, having watched Real Madrid at length last year and having watched them struggle over the summer, also talking about the losing Jude Bellingham for his surgery, so he's missing the start of the season. Rodrigo's having his problems. You know, Xabi Alonso's got a lot of work to do, and Barcelona were sublime last year. They were the best by far, and Atleti have strengthened in terms of the squad, which they do have a big squad. But to have Real Madrid as favourites, you know, you just... Whoever's putting money on that is clearly not watched a lot of La Liga in the last 12 months or so.
No, especially when you look at this starting 11, Mario, and there's a lot of similarities to what we saw last season. Of course, there are a couple of new faces, but overall, it's that attacking final third of midfield where you feel Real Madrid really lacked that penetration last season, where they really haven't added to this summer, and that's where you imagine Xabi Alonso is going to have to work the hardest.
Yes, as you said, there is a lot of similar players. Only in the defense they sign new players, but I think Xavi wants to play man-to-man, pressing in the other half of the pitch, and I don't know if these kind of players are ready to do that. Right now, as Craig said, they were struggling a lot in the summer, and Xavi has a lot of work to do. And as I said before, for me, the clearly favorite is Barcelona, and I think Atletico de Madrid will fight the second place. Is favorite for the second place than Real Madrid right now. No, I'm joking. But I think Xabi Alonso has a lot of work to do. Let's see if he convinces the player to do the things that he wants to do, because I think in the summer, in the World Club, FIFA World Club, they didn't convince, and when they face a big team like PSG, they struggle and they suffer a lot.
Meanwhile, Barcelona have been quite quiet, of course, this summer. They're expected to announce Marcus Rashford as a loan deal from Manchester United for a year. We've talked about this a lot, Mario, and we don't quite know why they've gone for Marcus Rashford.
Well, I like it. I like this sign also on loan. And he's the typical player that he can play in the three attacking positions. He can play also as a striker, as a number 9, when Flick wants to give some rest to Lewandowski. Let's see if Lewandowski can repeat the same numbers and score the same goals than last seasons. It's not going to be easy. So I think Rashford can play in the left, in the right, and in front. Also, Rafinha can play number 10. I think it's a good signing. I like more than when they were talking about Nico, because Nico, you know that he can play in the left, and he struggled on the right, and in front he cannot play. So I think he's a more complete player, cheaper than the other ones they were talking, than Luis Diaz, than Nico. And well, I think it's a good signing. And as I said before, Barcelona, I like it. He's improving the team. So let's see what is going to happen. But I like this move.
When you play such a high line as Barcelona played to some success last year.
It's an alarm that goes off when you say high line.
Yeah.
Just get people wound up.
Then you have to have players that are going to press in the midfield and players in the front line that are going to also press. Not so much Lewandowski, but particularly your wider players. So if he's prepared to do that, if he gets game time, Rashford, then so be it. But we saw last year at Man United how poor his attitude was. And Hansi Flick can't afford to have that kind of player in his team. Now, maybe Marcus Rashford will get this realisation about how lucky I am to be there at Barcelona, how my form and performances over the last year or two don't really deserve to be at one of the best teams and best clubs in Europe, but it looks like that this is going to be the case for him. And if he doesn't take this opportunity, there's no guarantee he will go there and play well. But the very least he can do is go there and have the best attitude possible, is to train his butt off all week, to really knock on that Hansi Flick door and say, put me in the team. And if it doesn't work out for him and he's given it 100%, then fine. It's a loan deal. They'll send him back. He'll never get another opportunity like that again. But if we see the sort of Marcus Rashford that we saw, and I can't believe for a minute we will, but if we see this guy who's sauntered around at Old Trafford, watching other people do his running for him, then that's going to do Barcelona no good whatsoever. Because every player in that Barcelona team last year, they worked hard. They worked hard for Flick. Even Lamine Yamal, best player in Europe last year, you could, well, I think he was. Some people would say Rafinha and all that sort of debate. But these guys worked hard. They produced some of the best football, the best moments going forward that we've seen for a long time. But they also did the other side of the game, and they did it particularly well. And the point being is, you don't want to bring somebody in that's a slacker. And he has been, Marcus Rashford, a slacker. That's a fact. Now, do lepers change their spots? I don't know. But he's got an opportunity to do so, and we're going to see it live here, not too far away, on a weekly basis, whether he makes an impact or not.
Mario, it's interesting. Craig brought up Lamine Yamal, and I just wanted your thoughts before we talk about Atleti, about the coverage and everything that is focused on him at the moment, not only by the sports newspapers in Spain, but also by the daily television programmes. He is absolutely everywhere in your country at the moment, and just 18 years of age. That's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yes, Dan, it's a lot of pressure. Everybody is talking about Lamine. My son the other day, I bought him the shirt of Lamine. Everybody's crazy with him. Not only in sports, as you said, in Spain they were talking about his birthday party, you know, very famous now in Spain. We don't know what is true or not, but it's a lot of pressure. But as we said before, he's demonstrated every day that he's mature. He can control that pressure. He was playing, or he played amazing last season. Let's see what he's doing right now with the number 10, with the new contract, with all the noise around him. But until the moment, it's amazing the way he handled everything around him.
Mario, let's talk about Atleti. Even your son has turned his back, it sounds like, on your former club as well. I remember us sitting here this time last year with the signing of Julian Alvarez. We were like, wow, with what's happening at Barcelona, Atleti might actually compete with Barca for second place. Obviously, we all thought Real Madrid were going to be home and hose with the signings they made. Obviously, we were completely wrong in that regard. Yet you look at Atleti's summer so far, and they've brought in a lot of new faces, but none of them, if I'm an Atleti fan, would get me that excited.
Well done. I don't know if they're excited or not, but the reality is that the new players that they sign, it looks like they improve what Atletico has right now. But as we talk always, let's see what is doing Simeone with these players, because, you know, Baena is an amazing player if he plays in front positions, close to the other goal. If he plays 70 meters away, just defending and waiting to play to counter-attack, he will suffer. The same with Almada, you know, so... right now, I think they are really good players. Johnny Cardoso is a good midfielder with a lot of recovery on the ball. I like the signings, but let's see if they play or not. Last summer, Atletico spent 200 million on transfers, and Conor Gallagher didn't play at all as a starter. Sorloth the same. Lenormand, he was struggling to play or not some matches. So, to be honest, I like Baena, I like Cardoso, I like Almada. I think they improve what Atletico has right now, so we have to demand more on Simeone and on the players and on the club.
Mario, thank you very much. No one stays in Madrid during the summer. Where are you? Where will you be going?
Well, as I told you before, I'm in Mallorca and I'm waiting for you here.
What a life.
Well,
I will be your host.
What
I will be your host.
Life will I tell you?
By the sounds of you stalking him on Instagram, I don't think that's too far away.
Not stalking, just doing my research ahead of the show.
Yeah,
Mario, thank you very much. Speaking of Mallorca, we'll be live there on the Saturday, August the 16th, as they take on the defending champions of Barcelona in the opening weekend of La Liga. Of course, you can see all these games live on ESPN+.